Hello and welcome to Mystic Mim Tarot. Thanks for clicking on my video. Today I'm doing a reading from Spirit to the Masculine. I'll finish off the reading with several songs that resonate with the Masculine and how he handled the situation between both the DF and the Karmic. This is a collective reading, so it won't apply to all masculines. Please take the cards that resonate and leave the ones that don't. Now let's begin. What would Spirit like to say to the masculine today? The DF feels that narcissistic love is like riding on the roller coaster of disaster, filled with a heart full of tears. You ghosted the DF because you were out there sleeping with men and women. You are bisexual and you even contracted an STD from a same-sex lover. You hid this from the Divine Feminine. You have a heightened self-esteem and delusions of grandeur. You thought that you had more power, wealth, and smarts than others. The Empress regrets the day that she met you and wishes she never laid eyes on you. All you did was inflict pain on her. You are now in heavy regret and missing everything about the Divine Feminine. Masculine, you aren't judged on the mistakes you make. You are judged on how you respond to them. You hurt yourself and your own heart when you broke the Divine Feminines. You are very aware that you don't deserve the Divine Feminine's love or forgiveness. The DF is a healer. She has a precious heart and was put on this earth to help people. You didn't deserve her healing abilities because you were behind the scenes doing her wrong in so many different ways. You worked with a Karmic to attack my baby. How did you not think there would be consequences for doing this? You ran hot and cold with the Divine Feminine. 1 minute you were invested and enthusiastic. The next you were distant and playing games. You are such an attention seeker who loves to be the life of the party. The DF didn't want a man with those sorts of priorities. You caused the DF so much pain unnecessarily. I don't know how you sleep at night. The Karmic has cheated on you with your friend. If you ever want a chance with the Empress ever again, then you need to match her energetically as an emperor. You need to give up the heavy drugs, the third parties, the Karmics, the partying, and the toxic, reckless lifestyle you lead. It is dangerous. I took your spiritual gifts away because you kept attacking, betraying, and backstabbing the Divine Feminine. This new chapter in the Divine Feminine's life is going to be extremely exciting for her. I have many surprises in store for her. You appear to be blaming the Divine Feminine now for your life taking a turn for the worse. You lied on the DF and accused her of doing things that she would never do. I know that you are still in your head about the Divine Feminine. You are trying to distract from your thoughts with other women, drinking, drugs and partying, etc. You are embarrassed now that the DF has discovered everything that you were trying to keep hidden from her. You were too childish for an Empress. All of the games were overwhelming and ridiculous to her. You have felt as though the Karmic would like to fight the Divine Feminine. She is low class. You are in the King of Wands in reverse energy right now. You are so promiscuous. Messages from Spirit today for the masculine. The Divine Feminine is feeling better, looking better, making great decisions and choices. She is focusing solely on herself right now. You are now a distorted masculine. The worst mistake you made was to betray the Divine Feminine. She would have stood by your side and supported you for the rest of your life. You need to understand how you made the DF feel. The worst kind of hurt is betrayal. It means someone was willing to hurt you simply to make themselves feel better. You are abusive and toxic, and you use people for what you can get out of them, including love, support, time, money, energy, advice, or even a place to stay. Your behavior was foolish, nasty, erratic, and despicable. You're a true Casanova. The Divine Feminine never wanted to make you choose between her and another person, but in a love triangle, that is exactly what happens. A love triangle is not a problem, it's a train wreck waiting to happen. That's why the DF finally walked away. You don't get to come back now that you realize you made a mistake by choosing that Jezebel spirit. I won't allow you to spin the block. The DF is number one, not number two or an afterthought. She is way too precious to me. You may have played games and put other women into third parties in the past. However, the Empress is above that. It was never going to work with her. This was a big lesson that you had to learn. It is never too late to change, masculine. You can change your life overnight. Get on your spiritual journey, start doing the shadow work, heal your childhood wounds, and work through your bad karma. If you do this, you can attract your own abundance and align yourself with me. You thought you had fooled the DF with your false promises and future faking of a fairy tale. Then she caught onto your antics and ripped that mask off you and exposed you for the lying, cheating, manipulative cheater that you are. You did the DF dirty. You know that she knows you are a dog, and not the loyal kind, I might add. The Divine Feminine has chosen the correct path. You, on the other hand, didn't. You were trying to push things way too far with the DF and see what she would tolerate and how much you could disrespect her until she put her foot down. Now, what did you really achieve out of trying to ruin the Divine Feminine? Now you are sitting in the Five of Pentacles energy, broke, going through loss after loss, and stuck in a deep depression. The DF feels that if she knew it was going to end up hurting this much, she wishes that she had never laid eyes on you in the first place. Everything that the Divine Feminine lost in the past is now being returned to her. I am gifting her with an Ace of Pentacles. I know that you have been having sleepless nights recently. Mentally, you don't seem to be doing well either. The karmic had you fooled, and you realized too late that she had no good intentions for you whatsoever. You obviously weren't using your brain in this whole situation. You chose the devil, the karmic, over a sweetheart, the divine feminine. You obviously are not too bright. All a narcissist cares about is his image, not what kind of person they really are. You and the karmic are more similar than you think. You're both narcissistic. You brought nothing but problems and issues into the DF's life. In you, I saw a fear of being ordinary, the fear of never being good enough to be noticed, to be lovable, to belong, or to cultivate a sense of purpose. I know that you are laying in a bed right now that you don't want to be in. You are the one who chose that bed. No one tied you up and forced you to stay with the karmic. You chose her using your free will. What messages today from Spirit? You will never achieve great things by leading a reckless lifestyle. You will encounter bad people, problems, STDs, problems with the law and the courts. Love doesn't die a natural death. Love has to be killed either by neglect or narcissism. You have entity attachments, and your current obsession with the divine feminine is quite alarming. You were given a divine being and you treated her like a side piece, an option, or even karmics. You go around acting like people owe you something. The DF did become obsessed with you and stuck on you at one point. You had her wrapped around your finger. The relationship became codependent and toxic. Then she discovered who you really were and withdrew her energy. The DF is at peace because her intentions are good and her heart is pure. You are toxic. Toxic people create chaos, point fingers, shift blame, and avoid taking responsibility. You didn't want the DF moving on because you think you own her deep down. Divine justice is here. I am issuing out Dharma to the divine feminine and karma to you. The scales are being balanced. The truth always comes out in the end, no matter how hard anyone tries to hide it or stop it. Lies are just a temporary delay to the inevitable. A love triangle is a complicated mess that you wouldn't want to be in, but once you are, it is hard to get out. This is how the divine feminine actually felt. What would Spirit like to say to the masculine today? You are a bit of a misogynist. You feel that women should be seen and not heard. You think that women are inferior to you. You fell in love with the DF, but weren't willing to sacrifice your freedom for a relationship. You were toxic towards the divine feminine. When you thought you could no longer control her, you tried to control how others see her. This felt so unfair. She just stayed above it through trusting that other people would eventually see the truth, just like she did. You had a loving, devoted, loyal, faithful, caring lady, the Divine Feminine. Now you have a nasty, conceited, evil, unstable, demented, insatiable karmic. The moment you chose the karmic, the spiritual contract between the DF and you was null and void. You disrespected, made a fool of, and attempted to replace your kingdom spouse with a feral. The karmic is a divination abuser. She uses tarot readings to assist her in keeping you and the DF apart. You are flighty, not into commitment. You are going between different options, and you're unreliable and untrustworthy. You and the karmic both have an STD. You have a negative outlook on life. You want to attract positivity into your life, but you won't with an attitude like that. Masculine, to run from something is a greater mistake than to try it and fail. I would like you to look at what you have lost in your life and what you have replaced it with. I enlightened the DF of all of your lies, secrets, deceit, and of course your future faking. You chose someone over a divine being. How do you think that made her feel? You wouldn't even know how that felt unless you were in the DF's shoes. The DF has been through hell and came out an angel. You didn't break her. You don't own that kind of power. You are a King of Cups in reverse. You purposely go around breaking people's hearts. That is plain nasty. You also lie, you are corrupt, and you never follow any rules. Messages from Spirit today. You refuse to be grounded and offer the DF a commitment. You fought your feelings for her and put so many others before her. The DF knows what you have tried to do. You can't hide that you are corrupt, a liar, a serial cheater, and a snake. According to the DF, success seems to be largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. The Divine Feminine dodged a bullet by finally leaving you in the past and closing out the cycle between you two. Your punishment is that you have to sit back now and watch the DF succeed in many different areas in her life. You are attached now to the karmic. Stay with her and leave my chosen one alone. This is a warning. The DF is in a better place now than both you and the karmic. She is ascending and attracting positive blessings into her life. A person's true colours will always show within time. You may be fooled for the moment, but be patient and see what happens. This is what happened with the DF. She was fooled in the beginning, but then your mask slipped and she saw the truth of your intentions. There's a natural law of karma that vindictive people who go out of their way to hurt others will end up broke and alone. You tell the karmic that they could never measure up to the Divine Feminine. You ignite jealousy and envy within her. The Divine Feminine does not deserve someone who comes back. She deserves someone who never leaves her in the first place. You kept your sex addiction a secret from the DF. You indulged in your kinks, fetishes, and sexual fantasies with the karmic. I know that you are reminded of the DF everywhere you go. You see her name, synchronicities everywhere. You dream about her and even hear songs that she loves all the time. This is me. I am torturing you with memories of her. The DF feels that as she looks back on her life, she realizes that every time she thought she was being rejected from something good, she was actually being redirected to something better. You are a narcissist and you wanted the DF obsessed with you. Just remember that no one makes it through life mistake-free. The DF knows that you will not leave her energy. That's why you keep showing up in her tarot readings. You're holding on to her energy for dear life. You are obviously obsessed with the Empress because you cannot have her now. You made the DF wait for too long for you. In this time of waiting, when you entertain karmics, the DF let go and healed and developed a very close bond with me. You actually lost an earth angel whilst acquiring a karmic devil. What messages from Spirit today? You were lucky to have a blessing bestowed on you. I chose the DF specifically for you as a divine counterpart. You were so disgraceful with the way you handled your gift. Just so you are aware, I will continue to protect my earth angel, the divine feminine. In the beginning, you acted like the perfect gentleman. You knew exactly what to say and do. Then your mask fell off. You have anger issues and you like to get revenge on those you feel have wronged you in the same way, including the divine feminine. A person who plays both sides is an enemy too. You step on whoever you have to in order to get whatever you can in life. The divine feminine had everything to offer you all along. The love, the money, the affection, the blessings, the growth, and the abundance. I heard all of the conversations and the pillow talking that you did with the karmic. I heard the bitching, the gossip, the threats, and the intentions. If you didn't know what you wanted with the divine feminine, then you should have just been honest with her. Instead, you filled her head with lies and delusions. Part of your karma is the guilt that you currently feel and that the DF doesn't feel the same way about you that she once did. You and the karmic are like two peas in a pod. The karmic you chose is a reflection of you. She has no good character traits and is a Jezebel spirit. You wanted the Divine Feminine in the Ten of Swords and the Five of Pentacles when she closed out the cycle with you. You turned on her like a rattlesnake. The biggest mistake the DF made in her life was letting people stay in her life for longer than what they deserved. You were more blessed, lucky, and prosperous when the DF was in your life. Her protection covered you. The Divine Feminine is focused on career, wealth, work, and business now. She is taking a break from love for the moment as she feels drained from what you put her through. You are losing in life lovers, friends, money, jobs, etc. This is a part of your karma. With the DF, you weren't reasonable or empathetic in any way. The DF is a good enough person to forgive you, but not silly enough to ever trust you again. When you betrayed the Empress, did you notice how everything in your life started going wrong? At first, the DF had no idea about your evil side. You turned on and attacked your own blessing from the universe. Why would you do that? The DF had to learn to never argue with someone who believes their own lies. You tried to put the Divine Feminine on a shelf for later, whilst you mucked around with sexually based karmic connections. You viewed her as the one you would love to settle down with at a later point in your life. Karma comes after everyone eventually. You can't get away with screwing people over your whole life. I don't care who you are. What goes around comes around. That's how it works. Sooner or later, the universe will serve the revenge that you deserve. You didn't know how to communicate, apologize, be truthful, or accept accountability without blaming someone else. Sometimes giving someone a second chance is like giving them an extra bullet for their gun because they messed with you the first time. Do you blame the Divine Feminine for not wanting to trust you again? This quote sums up how the DF feels currently. My circle is small because I'm into quality, not quantity. You chase thrills and live for today and never plan for your future. Just so you know, the DF never wants to invest in you ever again. You owe people money right now, and if you cannot find the money, they may harm you. I know you are living in fear now. The DF views you as a low vibrational, self-centered, egotistical, insatiable, toxic player. You were stuck in repetitive toxic patterns in your life. I knew you weren't going to change, so I blocked you from the Divine Feminine's life. I stopped the pain and heartache that you kept inflicting on her over and over. You feel that the DF actually owes you some of her blessings. Your attitude is that she wouldn't have become the Empress without the hell that you put her through. Therefore, you made her who she is today, and you are entitled to some of her riches. You need to stop being so jealous of the Divine Feminine's success and achievements. You are the one who abandoned the divine mission for a karmic. You ruined your chances with her and forfeited your own destiny and legacy. You have to be accountable for your own mistakes in life. You were shady, you mistreated the DF, and you chose a toxic lifestyle over her. This involved heavy drugs, booze, third parties, and sexcapades. Narcissists will steal credit from others when something good happens and blame others when things go badly. This is what you did to the Divine Feminine. The DF only had love in her heart the entire time. Even after she was betrayed and manipulated and replaced, she never once sought revenge. This quote is perfect for you. Cheat on a good woman and karma makes sure you end up with the nasty woman that you deserve. That is the karmic. The moment the DF put a stop to you taking advantage of her and disrespecting her is when you defined her as difficult, selfish, and crazy. Manipulators hate boundaries. The DF always made you feel great about yourself. She was so kind and loving with you. So when you went to the karmic, you were so shocked at the bad way in which she treated you, spoke to you, and viewed you. You went from the genuine love of a Divine Feminine to the toxic love of a karmic. You could have admitted the truth to the Divine Feminine and you wouldn't be receiving all of this nasty karma right now. All you had to reveal was the truth about juggling her and the karmic and then apologize. Your pride and ego got in the way. The third party took your money and used you just like you did to the Divine Feminine. She made you feel that you weren't good enough, exactly how you made the DF feel. That is karma for you. Now I'll get some songs that relate to the situation between the karmic, the DF, and the Divine Masculine. The first one is Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo. Love Triangle by Wild Horse. Jezebel by Shelley Wright. Ghostin' by Ariana Grande. Torn Between Two Lovers by Mary McGregor. Secrets by The Weeknd. Creep by Radiohead. The Fool by Leanne Womack. Sorry by Justin Bieber. And the last one is Lay Me Down by Sam Smith. Thanks for watching. I really hope you found this interesting and that it resonated with you. If it did, please like, share and subscribe as it helps my channel grow. Bye!